Hello everyone. If you're new here, my name is Lottie, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to pick out some prompts from my TBR jar, and we're going to use those prompts to pick some books and build my TBR for the month of November. This is probably my favorite video to film each month, and you guys seem to love watching them, and it always makes me happy just to sit here and chat with you guys about books. I brought a little sparkling water with me today because I'm a yapper in these videos, as you guys know. Before we jump into picking out prompts for the November TBR, I usually like to do a quick recap on the previous month, but I'll timestamp everything out below if you want to skip to picking out the first prompt. In the month of October, I picked out 8 books for my TBR, and I ended up reading 4 of them, but I'm also in the process of reading a 5th one right now. The one I'm currently reading is We Used to Live Here, and I just have been putting this one off because I wanted to get my reaction to the ending in a vlog, and I haven't had time to film, so I'm going to try to finish this one up later today and film that for a separate video. The ones that I didn't get to this month are Heir of Fire, which is the next book in the Throne of Glass series. I kept wanting to come back to this all month, and then the more I put it off, the easier it was to keep putting it off. Like, I honestly wanted to jump into it right after finishing Crown of Midnight, but then I kind of forced myself to read a couple other books, and then that just spiraled into like continuing to put it off. I really would like to get Heir of Fire and Queen of Shadows on my TBR for the month of November. I really want to finish all of Throne of Glass before the end of the year, but we'll just have to see because it is a very busy time of year, and I want to make sure I can give it like my full focus. But anyways, Heir of Fire is back on the TBR, as well as Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. I'm really bummed I didn't get to that one because it's like a haunted house horror book. I actually started it on audiobook. I listened to the first chapter, but I was listening to the first chapter of 2 different books and I ended up picking the other one. But I have thought about that first chapter quite a bit. Like, it was still really good. I just wasn't in the mood for it at the moment. And I really want to come back to that one before we get too far away from spooky season. So I would be down to put that back on the TBR. And then finally, I didn't quite get to If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia, which a lot of people say you can read this later in fall. So I'm not too worried about that one. I feel like I could read it in November or December and be fine, but it's on my 10 before the end. So I definitely want to read it before the end of the year. I honestly was just not in a very big romance mood this month. And so it just never felt like the right time to pick that book up. I just wasn't like craving it, and I want to be in the mood for it so that I can give it the best chance of, really enjoying it. So those 3 books are back in the cart, but I did have a really successful reading month in October. I read 11 books, which that's my record high. I also read 11 books in July, but I haven't made it past 11 any month this year. So maybe November will be the month. Who knows? I do think we'll pick out 8 books again for my TBR this month. There's just so many books in my fall TBR. I've been enjoying having a bigger TBR and then just mood reading from within that. So we're going to keep that going. And then we're also going to have the final 3 fall TBR jar prompts that I put in here. If you guys want me to do this for winter, I could totally do that. I was thinking I need to start thinking of some winter prompts. And if you have any ideas specifically, let me know because I'm going to start brainstorming those and probably add them for the next video for December. In case you're new here, which I think most of you guys know the drill by now, but in case you don't, my TBR cart here is full of books that I haven't read yet, but that I want to read soon. So we're going to be picking out books from this physical cart here, but there are occasionally digital reads that I want to prioritize, which is why I make this little digital TBR graphic and keep it on my iPad here. I'll put the graphic on the screen, but I just keep my iPad here at the base of my tripod so I can reference this graphic while we're picking out books. This month I've got 4 sections on here. So the first section says new releases and arcs. So these are all books that have either come out recently and I don't own a physical copy, or I have an advanced reader copy, which means it's going to come out soon, but I could read it early. So on this list, we have Good Spirits by BK Borison. This is more of like a holiday pick, so I think I'll wait and read this in December. I also have an arc of And Then There Was You by Sophie Cousins, but I'm going to be honest, I was reading some of the early reviews and there's like an AI robot involved in this, and now I don't know if I want to read it, so we'll see. I also have the arc of No Matter What by Cara Stone. I'm so excited to read this, but it doesn't come out until March, so I was thinking about waiting and reading it closer to the release date. We've also got Daddy Issues by Kate Goldbeck. I have an arc of this one. This is the same author who wrote You Again, and honestly, I enjoyed You Again. It wasn't like my favorite, but I also didn't hate it, so I was kind of curious about Daddy Issues, but I will say I've seen quite a few reviews come in for this one too already that have not been that great, and then same with People Watching. I feel like a lot of people aren't loving that one either, so yeah, I would definitely say I'm curious about all of these new releases, but none of them are like must-haves for my TBR this month. Then for Kindle Unlimited, we've got Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. I've been wanting to read a Tara DeWitt book, and I thought this would be a good place to start. We've also got Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and I think right now it's a duology, but I think there's a 3rd book that's going to come out next year, so I definitely want to get caught up for that. There's also Killer Instinct, which is the next book in the Natural series. I've been debating if I want to continue the Natural series, but this is on Kindle Unlimited, and I might give it a chance. I don't know. And then we have The Grace Year, which I've heard really good things about too. Then for e-read options, these are books that aren't on Kindle Unlimited and that I would probably just like buy on my Kobo or try to get through Libby or something. These are all ones that are just like on my general fall TBR. So we have Bunny by Mona Awad, Anatomy by Dana Schwartz, The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and The Only One Left by Riley Sager. And last but not least, in the audiobook section, I've got a couple audiobooks here that I either have on Libro FM or Hoopla or Libby. So first up, we have All That Life Can Afford by Emily Everett. I'm also really curious about The Dead Husband Cookbook by Danielle Valentine. I've been hearing so many good things about this new release. It's called Conform by Ariel Sullivan, and I have the audiobook of this one. I also thought The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno Moreno Garcia looked really good and kind of like a November vibe. It's kind of like a historical fiction fantasy horror blend. And then last but not least, Thank You for Listening by Julia Whalen. I thought that this just looked like really good for an audiobook. So that's everything on my digital radar for the month. I'm honestly not feeling too drawn to too much on that graphic, but it's nice to have just depending on the prompt. If a book on there fits the prompt better, it's good to reference. But I am feeling like I really want to make a lot of progress on my physical TBR this month, especially because I picked out my 10 before the end in my last video. And I feel like it would be nice to get a lot of books from my 10 before the end on this TBR. So I hope this video isn't too repetitive in that sense. I know you've heard about a lot of these books in my recent video, but we'll just see what we can get on the TBR this month. I'm not going to hold myself to my 10 before the end too harshly. It's definitely a fun challenge and I'm excited to try to do it, but I'm not going to stress myself out about it. And there's a lot of books on the cart right now in general that are just on my like fall and winter TBR that I'd be really happy to get to any of them. I feel like my goal with my TBR this month is focusing on just my fall TBR in general. Apart from some of the more like spooky and horror books, I was trying to get to more of those in October. I'm definitely feeling those like late fall vibes. It's starting to feel really cold out. So I want to move into some more like fantasy or historical fiction. Okay, now that I've yapped your ear off, let's pick out my first prompt. I always got to do a good shake of the jar, you know, for good luck. Okay, I see this orange one at the top. Let's just go ahead and pick out the first fall one. If you're new here, I put 9 fall prompts in there and I picked 3 for September, 3 for October, and now these are the final 3. So we're just gonna mix in these final 3 into this video. Okay, the first prompt for this says a witchy or magical book. I feel like on first glance, you might think this is a better prompt for October, but honestly, I'm really glad I got it for November. I'm really trying to kind of like extend my fall vibes into November. Don't get me wrong, I love to get in the holiday spirit, but fall is just so cozy and so fun. And I just want to prolong like the pumpkin spice, like witchy vibes of fall for a couple more weeks. So I feel like this gives me a good excuse to kind of like stay in that headspace. So I'm excited to pick one out for this. In terms of witchy or magical, I'm sure we have quite a few options. The Book of Autumn by Molly O'Sullivan is a new release. It actually just came out at the end of October. The publisher recently sent me the final copy and I'm really excited to read this. It has magic in it. This was on my September TBR and I didn't get to it. So I still definitely want to get to this before autumn's over. So this is a really good contender. I guess you could pick Throne of Glass for this because technically there is magic in Throne of Glass, but to me those don't feel like particularly like witchy and magical. I think another option for this one is A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. This one's by Sangu Mandana, the same author of The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and I did get to that one last month and I actually loved it. It was kind of like a sneaky 5-star for me. It's not one of those books that I think will be a 5-star for everyone, but it just was like the right book at the right time for me. So I really do want to get to this one. This is this author's new release from this year. It came out back over the summer. The back of the book says, a whimsical and heartwarming novel about a witch who has a second chance to get her magical powers and her life back on track. Okay, I read a little bit more about this book and it looks so cute. This one isn't connected to the other book at all. They both can be read completely alone. It looks really cute, but I will say right now on my Kindle, I'm reading Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. This came through as a lippy hold, and this is also like a little like cozy, witchy, fun book like that. So I don't know if these are like too similar to do back to back. I really want to put both of these on my TBR for November, guys. I do not know which one to pick. Let's read the first sentence of both and see which one sticks out more. Okay, here's the first couple sentences of the Book of Autumn. It says, some places never let go of you. They slip inside your pores, cling to your neck like a leech. And though you fight like hell to break loose, there's no stopping it. The place is part of you now. It's in your blood. Okay, that was pretty good, honestly. Now for A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. It says, it was hardly ideal weather for the resurrection of one's great aunt, but Sarah Swan's magical power, while impressive, hadn't the slightest influence over the obnoxiously blue skies. Autumn had only just arrived in the northwest of England, bringing with it an unseasonably merry sky, leaves of toasted gold and burnt orange, and most distressingly, the corpse in the back garden. I think this hooked me a little bit more. I'm sorry. It felt more like witchy and magical to me. I really liked the start of the other one, don't get me wrong. I'm just really excited about the prospect of this one. I think that kind of like convinced me, made me realize I think I do want this one a little bit more. So for the first prompt, we're gonna go with A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. Okay, that was a fun one. Let's pick out prompt number 2. Let's see what this one says. Okay, we've got a book with the color red on the cover. Let's see what options we have. Accomplice to the Villain technically has a little bit of red on the cover. Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas is a very red cover. My edition of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott has a bit of red on the cover. This is a new addition to the cart, by the way, which I'm very excited about. The Thursday Murder Club could be really fun, and this has red on the cover. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I've had this on my cart for over a year. I keep avoiding it, and this definitely has a little bit of red in the string on the cover. Love Letters to a Serial Killer has a little bit of red on the cover. Tuesdays with Maury has red on the cover. P.S. I Hate You has red on the cover. An Ember in the Ashes is a very red cover. I really want to read this, but I want to get through Throne of Glass first. Yeah, I don't know. I get freaked out about having multiple fantasy series going at once. Light Lark has red on the cover. This is another one I've been avoiding avoiding. Tell Me Lies also has red on the cover. This has been on the cart for like a year as well. Okay, I think the two that I'm most excited about from all of those would be Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas or The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I've heard really great things about Richard Osman's writing, and then this book has also been turned into a Netflix show. I think this is a whole series, and it's very much like Old People Fight Crime. It's set in a peaceful retirement village where four unlikely friends meet weekly in the Jigsaw room to discuss unsolved crimes. Together they call themselves the Thursday Murder Club. It's kind of giving Only Murders in the Building a little bit, but in like a retirement village. So I think this could be really fun and cute. But I feel like I need to use any opportunity I can to get Queen of Shadows on the TBR because I really don't know much about this book. So I do feel like this is a good time to pick Queen of Shadows. And then we've also got to get Heir of Fire on there because that's the one I need to read next. And then this one comes after Heir of Fire. But I do feel like I should use this opportunity to get Queen of Shadows on the TBR. So I think I'm going to take it and put Queen of Shadows as book number 2 on my November TBR. Okay, prompt number 3 says a book title starting with the. So the title needs to start with the word the. Okay, we've got The Will of the Many. This one is on my 10 Before the End, so this could be a really good option. Also, the sequel comes out this month, which is called The Strength of the Few. I really want to get to this, but I feel like this could be a good one to read in December. I don't know. I'm excited for this, but I kind of want to put it off a little bit longer. The Book of Autumn could be a really great one. I know I mentioned this earlier, but this is one that I feel like I need to read before autumn's over. We've also got The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This one's on my 10 Before the End as well. I really, really want to get to this, so this could be a good one too. And then The Thursday Murder Club would work for this as well, which I really want to read this too. There's too many good options. Also on my digital TBR, The Night and the Moth is sticking out to me. I would love to read this. I feel like it's very November. I feel like that one could be fun. But at the same time, I kind of want to wait and read that like right before the sequel comes out next year. So part of me kind of wants to wait, but I don't know. When thinking about all of the options, I feel like the one that's sticking out to me the most that like I need to read before autumn is over is going to be The Book of Autumn. This is just not a book I'm going to want to read in like December or January. So I think I need to give it a fair chance and see if I can get to it this month. So the third book on my November TBR is going to be The Book of Autumn by Molly O'Sullivan. I can't wait to read this. It's a debut novel, so I'm excited to see if I like this author's writing. And it just seems like something different, which I'm excited for. Okay, for prompt number 4, let's pick out another one of the fall ones. This one says A Dark Academia or Gothic Story. I think you guys know what I'm going to pick for this. It's the Dark Academia book, according to Dark Academia experts. And that is going to be The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I think it's time that I get to this. I'm like hyping myself up for it. A lot of you guys were really excited to see me read it and were trying to support me and like encourage me to get to this one before the end of the year. I just want to know what it's all about. Like it's so famous and it's kind of like the Dark Academia book. And I honestly haven't read much Dark Academia, but there's no time like the present. I feel like this is the perfect season to read more of this genre and just see what I think. I think it's also a bit of like a thriller. A lot of you guys were saying really good things about the audiobook too. So I may try to audiobook it at least for a little bit in the beginning to kind of get over that initial intimidation. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what I think. Book number 4 on the November TBR is going to be The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Okay, guys, I feel like we've got a really good fall vibe going so far. We're halfway through, so 4 down, 4 to go. Let's pick out prompt number 5. This one says, if I can get it open, okay, a book where the main character is my age. All right, guys, this may take a little bit of Googling, so bear with me for a second, but I actually just turned 27 in August. It was like months ago. And I'm like, no, I was like yesterday. I kind of feel like Play Nice could be a good contender. I'm not sure how old Cleo is in this book. I feel like she's like in her late 20s. Oh my God, guys, this book is signed. I had no idea I had a signed copy. That's crazy. Okay, anyway, I love the dedication. For the crazy girls. This one is for us. That's iconic. Okay, yeah, I have no idea. I'm gonna try to like Google it and see if I can find any reviews that say anything about the age in this book or any of these books, and I'll be back. Okay, I Googled it, and I think Cleo is supposed to be 25 in this one, which is a bummer. So we're gonna put this one back. How old is character in My Year of Rest and Relaxation? Pretty sure that our narrator in this book, I'm not sure what her name is, but I'm pretty sure that she's 26 in the book, but she turns 27 during the year. So this one could be a good contender. I feel like I would count that. Don't you guys think? Like, she doesn't have to be 27 the whole time. In Wild Eyes, Skylar is supposed to be 26, according to Google. So that one again is close. Okay, guys, I think this is the best that we're gonna do. Here's the thing. I'm really excited to read this. I think I'm gonna really like it. But like, I don't have to read this in November. Like, I could read this in January. I really would like to pick a book that I feel like I'm not gonna wanna read in January because it's too much of a fall book. Because I just have too many books like that on my cart right now that I've been avoiding all year because I've been waiting for fall. So I think I wanna try to pick from some of the books that I really wanna read this time of year and just see who I can get closest to in age. So Wild Dark Short, Project Hail Mary are both following, I think, older protagonists in their like 40s and 50s. Will the Mini Penny is a teenager, so I think that's a no. Lovely War is like gods and then also teenagers, so I think no on that. Accomplice to the Villain could be good. In this book, our main character is supposed to be 24, which is kind of close. And then with Play Nice, she was 25, right? If it makes you happy, I really want this back on the TBR, you guys. I think they're in their 30s, so kind of close. It's like if they're 30, that's just as close as like 24. I also really want to read Soul Searching by Lila Sage, but I'm not sure how old they are in this either. I tried Googling it and it just said that they were like in their 20s. I just really want to read a fall book. I'm sorry. This is my TBR. I make the rules. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to pick Soul Searching by Lila Sage. I did some Googling. It says that Collins, who is the main female character, it says that her age isn't given explicitly, but that she's in her 20s. And it says she has an established career, which makes me think she's probably in her later 20s. Same as me. So we're just going to roll with that, okay? Like, we don't know her exact age, but for all we know, she could be 27, you know? The next book we're going to put on the TBR for November, after all that hoopla, is Soul Searching by Lila Sage. Okay, prompt number 6. I'm getting a little bit stressed about Air of Fire, guys. So I'm just letting you know that I'm getting a little stressed, but it's okay. All right. This is a fun prompt. Okay. It says, read the next book you see on Book Talk. So the idea here, my phone is literally almost dead. That's great. So we're going to go on Book Talk and it'll just be the first book that I see someone talking about that I haven't read. But ideally, I would like for it to be on my cart, or like I have the audiobook already, something like that. But I will take any excuse to sit here and scroll on TikTok. So to be fair, I think it's going to be a lot of Halloween content right now. Everyone's costumes, which I've been loving seeing. But maybe people are posting like October wrap-ups or something. That could be good. It's all Halloween costumes. I've not seen one book rec, but Olivia Dean looked really cute on Halloween. Okay, the For You page is not helping me out right now. We're gonna go to the Friends tab because I have a lot of mutuals on Book Talk, and I feel like I'm more likely to get book recs in the Friends tab, so we're gonna go over there.
Come with us to see Twilight, Edward.
Okay, Twilight. I don't have that on my cart though, so.
I am getting so much secondhand embarrassment and guilt from this book.
Okay, this is Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang, which I've already read. This is taking so long. Okay, guys, I think I saw a book in this video from Kendall. I love Kendall's videos, by the way. If you don't follow her on TikTok, you should. But this is a really cute little pumpkin, coffee, popcorn, cozy reading date little vlog. But I think I saw the book at the beginning. If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia. This is so cute. Even though she's not talking about the book, I'm taking this as my sign to put this book back on my TBR for the month of November. Thank you to Kendall. We're gonna do If It Makes You Happy back on the TBR. I really do want to get to this soon. And again, this is one that like I need to read before fall's over. So this is like an easy no-brainer. Okay, we've got 6 books on the TBR. We've got 2 more to go. Let's pick out the final fall prompt from down in here and see what this one says for prompt number 7. This one says a book with fall colors on the cover. Fall colors, let's see. Could we count Air of Fire? I do feel like these are fall colors. It's like a burnt orange and like green. I just feel like these are fall colors. Let's see what else we've got. I feel like Wild Dark Shore has fall colors on the cover. No, you know what? I'm picking Air of Fire. We don't need to sit here and pretend to do this exercise. This is what I want to read, so I'm picking it. Book number 7 on my November TBR is going to be Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This is the next book I need to read in the Throne of Glass series. I'm going to do my next Throne of Glass reading vlog is going to be Air of Fire and Queen of Shadows. In case you missed it, I did post a full spoiler reading vlog reading the first 3, which is Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, and Crown of Midnight. I'm going to do this next reading vlog soon, and I'm really excited about it. Okay, guys, we've got the golden hour lighting coming in. The sun is setting, and it's time to pick out the 8th and final prompt. So we've come to that time. Let's figure out what this last book on the TBR is going to be. This one says A Kindle Unlimited Fantasy. Okay, let's see what's on the cart, because there's stuff that I know is on Kindle Unlimited. So, okay. Oh my gosh, guys, Our Infinite Fates is on Kindle Unlimited. So this could be perfect. Wow, wait, I'm so excited. Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. This is one that's on my 10 before the end. This is a standalone fantasy, which is perfect because I'm in the middle of Throne of Glass. And as we all know, I get intimidated starting new fantasy series while I'm in the middle of other ones. That makes this such a perfect option because I definitely want to read like more fantasy this time of year. Wait, I'm really excited. Okay. The only other one I think on my cart that I'm pretty sure is on Kindle Unlimited is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, but I'm not going to do that compared to this. This is much more exciting. In case you didn't know, Our Infinite Fates is basically like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue meets This Is How You Lose the Time War, which is really interesting. This is a YA book club pick of the month from Barnes & Noble earlier this year, and I feel like so many people have read this year and really enjoyed it. Pretty sure this one follows these 2 souls who are destined to like fall in love in every lifetime and then also kill each other. And our main character that we're following here is Evelyn, and she's in this this life that she really likes, and she can remember all her past lives and she knows about this pattern. She doesn't want to die in this life because she's really liking this life. And so she's trying to figure out how to like break this curse, this pattern, and how to not fall in love and then get killed by this like devil soul thing. That's kind of the basic plot of this one. I'm really excited to see what I think of this. And then Laura Steven is also known as LK Steven, and I think she recently released an adult fantasy or romantasy that a lot of people have been reading and enjoying. So I'm interested to see if I'll like her writing in this, and then if I do, maybe I'll want to read some of her other books, which is exciting. A new to me author and a 10 before the end pick. I'm super excited for this one, and it'll be great to be able to read it on my Kindle too. But honestly, I still may read some of the physical copy because it's just so pretty. Guys, I fear we picked out like the most iconic lineup for November. Like, I'm actually so pumped for this. Let's do a quick recap before I drop this whole stack. The first prompt that I pulled was a witchy or magical book. So for this one, I chose A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. Literally a witchy or magical book. It says witch and magic in the title. This is by Sangu Mandana. I'm so excited about this. The next prompt I pulled said a book with the color red on the cover. So for this one, I chose Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. I am continuing my Throne of Glass journey this November. I really want to try to finish the series by the end of the year, so we've got to make some progress this month. Prompt number 3 that I pulled said a book title starting with the. So for this one, I chose The Book of Autumn by Molly O'Sullivan. This is a debut novel, and this just seems like an interesting, kind of different romance, fantasy, academic setting, and I'm interested to see what I'll think of this author. All right, prompt number 4 was a dark academia or gothic story. So for this one, I chose The Secret History by Donna Tartt, the dark academia book. Prompt number 5, this one took me forever to pick out what book I was going to do, but this is a book where the main character is my age. So for this one, I chose Soul Searching by Lila Sage. We don't know for sure how old the main character is in this book, but based on context clues, we know she's in her 20s, and we're assuming like mid to late 20s because she's been pretty successful in her career. So I know it's vague, but I'm just kind of going with it. I just really want to read this fall, and I felt like it was close enough. Prompt number 6, this one was really fun. It said, read the next book you see on Book Talk. So for this one, I chose If It Makes You Happy. Well, I didn't choose it. Book Talk chose it. If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia. Prompt number 7 that I pulled was the final fall prompt of the season, and that says a book with fall colors on the cover. And for this one, I chose Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This is the next book I need to read in the Throne of Glass series. These like burnt orange colors just felt really fall to me. So to be honest, I was scheming to get this on the TBR, so it all worked out. And the 8th and final prompt that I pulled for today's video was a Kindle Unlimited fantasy. So for this one, I found the perfect thing, which is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. I've been wanting to read this all year. I can't wait to see what I think of this one. So these are the final 8 books on my November TBR. I'm so excited about this lineup, you guys. It's actually perfect. I just think it's screaming fall and November. It's gonna be a great month of reading. Okay, everyone, that is gonna be it for today's video. If you guys wanna see a specific reading vlog in November with any of the books I picked for today's video, definitely let me know in the comments down below. And I'd also love to know what's on your TBR for the month of November. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below with the turkey emoji so I can know who made it to the end in honor of Thanksgiving this month. November is just a month that I really like to reflect on everything I'm thankful for. And one of those things is definitely you guys. I'm really thankful for our community that we have here on YouTube. And I'm just really grateful for all your love and support. So thank you. That's all I have for today, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.